Hello, everybody. Good morning and happy Friday. Well, my name is Elena Riley, and I'm here with your top weekend events, things happening in the Omaha Metro. It's just me today. I have Maria Cade, my co-host, is gone. She's at court, but the show must go on, so I'm excited to bring you all of these events going on. There is so much. We've had a busy week, a lot of interviews, a lot of fun performances coming in the studio, so I'm so excited to show it to you. Anyway, well, we're going to head into our first event then. That is the American Midwest Ballet is going to close its 16th season with A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's going to bring William Shakespeare's romantic comedy to the stage, and performances are scheduled for Saturday as well as Sunday at Omaha's Orpheum Theater. A great spot to have it. And this production showcases about 25 professional dancers and a community cast of about 48 young performers. Well, tickets for the show start at $35 at Ticket Omaha, and we'll hear more now. We spoke with and had an interview and got to see a lot of the fun performance, so let's check it out. Well, the American Midwest Ballet is bringing one of William Shakespeare's most beloved romantic comedies to life this weekend.
Yeah, and to tell us all about it, we are joined now by Erica Overturf, who is here from the ballet, the artistic director. Welcome back, Erica.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
We appreciate you coming back.
We do. Glad to be here, yeah. So, Erica, tell us about this show. What do people need to know that don't know kind of the plot of it?
Well, this is such a fun show. It's a comedy, and that's something. Our dancers are such incredible actors as well. And even though it's sort of Shakespeare's plot is detailed, it really translates well through movement. So I think it's a really accessible way to experience Shakespeare.
Yeah, and what was the process for coming up with the entire production? Because as you guys are going to see in just a little bit, there are extravagant costumes. We even have some set pieces that you can see a little bit behind us. You know, what was the process of putting this all together?
Absolutely. Well, the choreographer, Oscar Antunes, is incredibly talented. I had the chance to work with him closely a number of years ago when he was creating this work. And so the costumes, the sets, the music by Mendelssohn, it all comes together to really portray the story. And I do think that, to me, it's the humor in the ballet. You know, Puck is one of the well-known characters that's very mischievous, causes a lot of, you know, silly action during the ballet, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, audiences, they're in for a treat, right?
I think so. Erica, what kind of audiences would enjoy this show?
I think it's for everybody. I think, you know, children will enjoy it, but it's for adults will get something different out of it. And so I think it's just a great way. Let's like ring in the summer coming with A Midsummer Night's Dream. Get away, get out to the theater, you know, and it's at the Orpheum this weekend. So
Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yes.
And what times are the shows?
It's at 7:30 on Saturday and at 2 on Sunday.
Okay, you heard it from Erica, but we do have some performers from the show who are here today. Tell us what they're going to be dancing for all of us.
Yes, so they're doing a pas de deux in Act 2, where Oberon is the king of the fairies, and he is mad at Titania, the queen. So he plays a prank on her, puts some love potion in her eyes, and she falls in love with the first creature she sees upon waking, which is a guy who has been transformed into having the head of a donkey. Wow. So it's pretty cute.
Okay, Erica, thank you so much for being here and for sharing more about the show. And let's take a look at that performance.
What a fun performance. Oh my goodness. We have romance, we have comedy. What else could you want? I know I was laughing through that. It looks like so much fun. And those dancers were so impressive. I know it was so fun to have them in the studio. The mushrooms, everything. They had a lot of fun stuff going on. Like I said, it's going to be at Omaha's Orpheum Theater on Saturday and Sunday. There's a couple different shows that you can catch. I know the kids will love it. Awesome, awesome. And what else? I think it's great how there's a community cast, so bringing in local kids as well to be in this. So I know parents love that, watching their kids. So that's amazing. Alrighty, well, now to our next event. It is the 2026 Nebraska SciFest Expo. It's being held at the Durham Museum this Saturday. And it's a free expo. It's set to have some engaging, hands-on learning opportunities for all different ages. So if you're a kid, you're an adult, there is something to learn. You can stop in from 9 a.m. to noon. You can get your tickets online as well. We have that linked at firstalert6.com. Well, visitors can also explore some extraordinary Lego recreations that's of iconic Nebraska landmarks, as well as create their own masterpieces. You're seeing it right now. It's the Get Building Bricks at the Durham exhibit. So I know that's a lot of fun. We spoke with Scott Eastman from the Durham Museum more about this. So let's listen in now. Well, did you play with Legos growing up?
You know, it wasn't really my thing, but even if you didn't and you're a little bit like me, there is a new exhibition happening right now at the Durham Museum, and there's an event going on this weekend that you can take part in to get your hands moving and experience these Legos. So joining us today, we have Scott Eastman back again from the Durham Museum to tell us all about the NE SciFest Expo. So what's happening this Saturday?
Absolutely. So this Saturday, the museum opens an hour early from 9 to noon, and we've got exhibitors coming in and doing hands-on science experiments for families. It's an organization it's a festival that's been put on by UNMC for over a decade, and actually they have events all across the state. There's some of them that are virtual, there's some of them that are in person, and it's really for kids all the way up to adults. There's even been kind of trivia and bar nights related around science all through the month of April.
Fun,
good to recognize. Awesome learning experience. Okay, so you mentioned there's some vendors here as well, exhibits, and what about some activities that people can take part
absolutely.
in?
So there will be hands-on, probably animal encounters, weather demonstrations. There'll be tons of fun things. But one of the other great things is our Lego exhibit. So Bricks at the Durham, helped organized by LOLUG, the Lincoln and Omaha Lego Users Group. They built some incredible models and brought them in to inspire people. But then we also have tables where families and kids can sit and build on their own. So these are some visitor creations. We've got this incredible cardinal, we've got this great bus, and Thibodeau, our white alligator at the Henry Dorley Zoo, which is my personal favorite.
Oh, it's so cool. It's
Very
really
iconic.
awesome. Yeah, that people can kind of just come in and, get their hands moving. Why is that important to sort of be interactive in this way?
Absolutely. So kids learn best when they are kind of active and stimulated in it. So we are a museum, we want to be a center for learning, but we want to make sure that it's also, an active experience for guests of all ages. So when they can come in and get inspiration, but then sort of put that to work on their own and just build with their families, it's a fabulous experience.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, it's cool to see. It's really, really cool.
It is. These Legos have been up for a little bit, so what has the response already been? I bet people are so excited to see them.
Yeah, people are just thrilled, and it's great. Our offices are just above the exhibit, so we get to hear the crowds all day long, kind of building and enjoying it. One of the other fun things we've got is kind of a slideshow from our photo archive of construction sites throughout Omaha's history. So as families are there, if they're letting the kids build, they can kind of sit back and watch, Woodman Tower be constructed, major overpasses, huge landmarks in Omaha that you recognize seeing them being built.
Oh, that's kind of a really great point, because we are in this period of Omaha history where there is a lot of construction, a lot of changes happening. So the kids can kind of get involved in that and learn a little bit more about it too.
Absolutely.
And the exhibit is still going on. Are there other events when people can come out and experience the Legos if they can't make it this weekend?
Yeah, if you can't make it this weekend, the Lego exhibit is still open through the end of May. And we encourage people also to check out our partners at LOLUG at the Brick Days here on the 25th and 26th.
Okay, a lot of fun coming up.
There's a lot going on at the Durham. What else do we have in store for guests coming up?
Oh, absolutely. So the biggest thing coming up at the end of May is our Disney exhibition. We have 70 costumes from film-worn costumes from over 6 decades of film. It should be absolutely fantastic.
I know, we're excited for that. Yes, we cannot wait. Scott, thank you so much again for being here. We're going to have all this information for you so that you can register if you want to go to the SciFest up on our website, firstalert6.com.
Awesome. It was so nice talking to Scott. He said growing up too, he really loved Lego, so this is really special for him to have this exhibit as well. I know it's been a big hit. People have been building. I know he mentioned there's a competition where people were trying to build a stack of Legos and they had to take it down, sadly. But that is a lot of fun. People are making the most of it. It's kind of create your own destiny. You know, you can either make a fun Omaha landmark, something like that, or else something else fun that you can think of. So the possibilities are endless. But either way, the Science Fest sounds like a lot of fun. Like I said, it's from 9 a.m. to noon as well on Saturday. Alrighty, well, our next event is a lot of fun as well. This is Cirque Italia. It's the largest touring circus in the nation, is going to host Paranormal Cirque Inferno at Westroads Mall this weekend. This production is going to feature world-class performers with acts such as aerial artistry and then acrobatics, all under the big tent. And anyone under 18, you must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. You can catch the show at 7:30 p.m. tonight, 6:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. on Saturday, or else 5:30 and 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. So this looks like a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. We were able to talk to some of the performers, so let's check out more on that interview now. A brand new production is bringing the big top to Omaha this weekend.
Yeah, Paranormal Cirque Inferno is taking you into the underworld and on an explosive journey. So joining us now in studio, we have Augusto here and Ricardo as well from the circus. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us here. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, we are excited to talk all about it. So tell us, what can people expect? Because this is kind of a non-traditional circus compared to maybe what most people might think of, right?
Paranormal Cirque is like a regular circus, but with a dark twist with it, a gothic twist with it. You still get the cool acrobats, crazy stunts, but all with under intense atmosphere, like a little bit like a conjurer, a little bit exorcist, a little bit of that energy. And what people can expect also will be greatest performers featured from different countries also, like my motorcycle on the high wire and a girl hanging from 33 feet in the air also.
Wow.
That sounds
awesome. I guess if
awesome.
you're a fan of those horror thriller movies, this could kind of be a treat for you, right?
Yeah, I love them. I adore them.
I think so. Is there anybody else that would really enjoy this performance? We said horror fans, more adults. What else do we think?
It's adult-oriented, the show, actually.
Okay, so you were telling us that you do a motorcycle trapeze act in the show. How long did it take you to develop that?
Ooh, it take 3 weeks under 3
3
weeks.
weeks. Oh my gosh.
Really
We
quick.
rehearsed, like all the performers, we rehearse 2 hours a day to make sure our stunts are clean and safe for the show. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
good.
our crowd loved it. Yeah, to make it perfect.
Yeah, what other notable acts are there? And on motorcycle sounds awesome. What else can we expect?
We also have Ricardo with the juggling. We also have the Wheel of Death. It's a big sphere. He's running in circles. We also have wonderful dancers, vampire girls. So for audience also enjoy the nice dance too.
And you guys travel and tour all over the country. What's that been like to expand this and show your performances to different people across the
Traveling
country?
with Cirque Italia actually is kind of fun and everything. We travel around 12 months out of the year, and we visit a lot of states, into between United States and Canada also. Yeah.
Yeah, so you go all over?
It is fun and everything, but it is busy too much.
Sure.
But it's amazing working with a great cast and team with it.
Yeah, a lot of people. It sounds like a lot of fun. And it's happening this weekend at Westroads Mall, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. and
Okay.
Westfield.
Big tent there.
Yes,
Be
yeah.
there, don't miss it, please. Under
Hard
the
to
big
miss.
top, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it being set up, of course, but Ricardo is actually going to do a performance for us,
Yeah.
right? So can you explain a little bit what we're about to see?
Right now, puede ser un poquito de malabares. He's got to do a little bit of juggling for us. And right now, he's in character.
Very in
Okay,
character.
yeah.
We love to see it.
Okay, let's hand it over.
Right? All yours, Ruru. There you go. Excellent.
Amazing. Oh, that was awesome. So cool. Okay, so this is just a little bit of a peek of what you'll be able to see in the show. If people do want to get tickets, what's the best way for them to go about that?
Ooh, we recommend also visiting our website at www.paranormalcirc.com, and you can find also a good promo code right there with 5 off, with 500 OFF. That'll be 5 off, $5 off in each ticket for each purchase. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can go at site and West Mall.
Okay,
Sounds
we're
like a
gonna
good deal.
have all this information for you up on our website, firstlord6.com. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. And us.
That was amazing. Oh my goodness. I know that Cirque Italia makes a stop here usually every year, so they kind of have a different theme for what their show is going to be. This one looks like a lot of fun. And there's those costumes too. We got the makeup, everything. So they are so ready to go. And I loved him being in character as well. One of our clowns, he looked sad the entire interview. So that was a lot of fun. Alrighty, like I said, you can catch the show at 7:30 p.m. tonight, 6:30 and 9:30 tomorrow, and 5:30 and 8:30 on Sunday. So you can get your tickets online there. Have that linked at firstalert6.com as well. Well, on to our next event. It is the 45th Annual Corporate Cup is set for this weekend as well in Exarban Village. It's actually on Sunday morning. And this event includes a 10K and a 5K, as well as a 5K walk. We have a 1-mile route and a kids' 100-yard dash as well. The start line will be located on Exarban Drive with races beginning at 8 a.m., so bright and early. Well, parking is available in the 3 garages at Exarban Village. That's zones 3, 5, and 6. So you're all good there to park as well. And the finish line, if you're wanting to go and watch people run, will be located on Shirley Street between 64th and 67th Streets. So we also had an interview for this one. A lot of fun talking about this run. So let's hear more about it now. Well, the 45th anniversary of the Corporate Cup is happening in Exarban Village on Sunday.
Yeah, and to tell us all about it, we're joined now by Julia McCarville, who is the Executive Director of the American Lung Association. Thank you so much for being here today, Julia.
Thank you so much for having us. We're delighted to be here.
Okay, well, we are excited because First Alert 6 is actually the sponsor, media sponsor of this event. So we already know a little bit of background, but for our viewers who are watching, tell us a little bit, what is the Corporate Cup?
Sure. So the Corporate Cup is the primary fundraising event that we do at the American Lung Association in Nebraska. 90 cents of every single dollar that we raise goes directly back to our programs and services here across the state. It is a 10K, a 5K, a 1 mile, and a kids run.
Awesome.
So who all can participate in the Corporate Cup as well?
Sure. It is an event for everyone. We welcome corporations. The name being the Corporate Cup, people think it's really corporate driven, and it certainly is. But it is an event for everyone. Please bring family, friends. It is fully inclusive.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about the impact? I mean, 45 years. That is a huge milestone, and there is really a long legacy for this run.
Absolutely. This event, we're so proud to put it on every year. It belongs to Omaha. It is such a piece of Omaha's running history. It's the second oldest running event in the state, and we are really, really proud to continue to put this on every year. And it really is the driver behind our mission of education, research, and advocacy. So we are so grateful to our community. Omaha is so generous. Nebraska is so generous, and it's an opportunity to do something good for your health, your own health, and really impact the community as a whole.
Yeah, can you touch a little bit more on that? The impact that the American Lung Association has, especially right here in Omaha and in the state. Why is an event like this and fundraising so important?
It funds our work across the state all year round. So things that are important to note, lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer death. Asthma is the leading cause of school absenteeism. COPD remains the third leading cause of death in our community. So our mission has never been more important today than it ever has been, and we need to fund the work that we do in our life-saving programs and research.
Yeah, it's really vital, really important.
Yeah. And Julia, I saw on your website that if people don't want to run, they can sign up to be a volunteer. So what does that look like?
Absolutely. This event will have 3,000 people participating on event day, which is going to be so exciting. We have 2,700 people registered right now. So we're anticipating people continuing to register. So it takes a whole village of volunteers to put this event on. So we welcome everyone. If you want to run, if you want to walk, if you want to volunteer, we certainly have a space for you, and you can register to do all of that at our website.
Okay, anything else we should know ahead of the event before we wrap up?
we are just incredibly proud to be able to put this event on for this community every year, and to see the passion for community and an opportunity to come together and to do good and be good in support of a life-saving mission is something that we're really honored to do.
Awesome.
It's really important.
Yeah, 45 years. Julia, thank you so
you.
much for being here. Again, we're going to have all this information for you up on our website, firstalert6.com.
Julia was awesome to talk to. I know she said she's been working there for about 15 years, so she's been a part of all this planning for this event. She's so excited for it. She even told me she remembers being in a stroller as a kid, going and walking in the race as well, so having her parents do that. So she has been involved since the get-go, so glad to hear she's so passionate for it. Well, you can sign up online, and like we talked about as well, sign up to volunteer if you're not wanting to run. And I believe there's going to be a DJ and some other fun things happening at the event as well, so more than just the run or walking. Well, next up, there is a new play at the Rose Theater. It's exploring the Chinese zodiac origin story through a tale of friendship and teamwork. It's called The Great Race. It's directed by Sesame Street's Alan Moroka. And the Rose developed the play through its Sharing Our Stories program. They say it focuses on underrepresented voices in Omaha. And it opens this weekend with shows at 6:30 p.m. tonight, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. tomorrow, and then 2 p.m. on Sunday as well. Look at all those fun characters. Oh my goodness, we were so happy to have them in the studio as well. They look so awesome. Those actors did such a good job. Oh, those movements are amazing. Well, either way, Maria got to sit down with Alan Moroka to talk more about the show, so let's hear from them.
A world premiere play detailing one of the most beloved stories in Chinese folklore is opening this weekend at the Rose Theater. So joining us today to share all about The Great Race, we have Wai-Yin, who is the playwright, and Alan Baroka, who is the director of the show. Thank you both so much for being here. We are so excited to have you, and I am really excited to learn a little bit more about this because I'm part Asian myself, so I grew up with this story and this culture. Yeah, my dad's actually from Taiwan, so when I saw that this show was coming to the Rose, I was so excited to hear more about this story. But why can you just start off, tell us a little bit, what is The Great Race?
So The Great Race is a fable about the Chinese zodiac, how all the 12 animals came to be chosen.
And Alan, how did you get involved in the production?
Well, a couple years ago, Y and I did a production of a play that he both wrote and co-starred in Chicago, and we found out we were kindred spirits. And so when he asked me to do this, I said, absolutely, I'm happy to be here and happy to be in Omaha.
Yeah, seems like a perfect partnership,
perfect
right?
fit, right?
Isn't he perfect? From Sesame Street
Well,
with
I know.
all the puppets.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are so excited to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here.
And why you developed this story through a program at the Rose.
Yes.
It's called the Sharing Our Stories program,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So tell us a little bit more about that and sort of how that shaped your writing when developing this show.
Sure. Sharing Our Story is a playwright initiative program at the Rose featuring local artists telling local story in a way that for the Rose Theater, for the young audiences. So when I wrote the play, I have the Rose in mind with the beautiful stage. And also, we don't have a lot of Asian story in the young audience canon. I think everybody knows the animal because you see the Chinese, the placemat in the Chinese restaurant. So you kind of know, oh, I'm a monkey, I'm a rat. But most of us don't know the origin story. And I thought maybe I can write that story, or tell the story of the Great Race, put it in our neighborhood, in a setting that is in Omaha or in Nebraska or in any American neighborhood. So I put two stories kind of together and all mixed into this play.
That's really cool to see maybe how the influence of your time here in Omaha has shaped that writing. That's
Very
amazing.
much so, yes.
Alan, for you and your experience on Sesame Street, is there a lesson or a memory of your time working on the show that you were able to apply to your direction?
Absolutely. So what's great about Sesame Street is that it's very professional and yet very fun-filled, and we have the greatest time on set. And what I wanted to do is sort of bring that to Omaha and to our rehearsal room, where all of our actors felt very safe to do big ideas and to try things and sometimes succeed, sometimes not succeed, but in a very safe space. And so I brought that from Sesame into our rehearsal process, and it's been great. We've had such a great time developing the show.
So cool.
Yeah.
And why for you as you were writing, was there maybe an animal that surprised you as you were crafting this story, or one that you sort of weren't expecting to really enjoy writing?
I'm going to give you a very general answer. All of them surprise me. Because imagine you would think, oh, who is going to win the first place? Of course, the dragon. He flies. Of course, he's huge. He must be the first one. But he's not. And the reason why, you'll have to come see it. And then, like all the other animals, it's not really about the race. It's about how they win the race. So it's about relationship. It's about teamwork. It's about how you overcome your shortcoming. So all of them has a very unique storyline of their own.
And the concept for the puppets was that our set is a neighborhood of 3 houses, and so all of the puppets are made out of the found materials from those houses. Okay. So yeah, we have a rooster that's made out of sports equipment. We have a
monkey that is made out of bamboo. We have a rabbit that is made out of
gardening supplies,
and then we have a dog that is made out of leaves.
Yes, it's so cool to see it, and we're excited to have those puppets here in the studio. I'm a rabbit, so I know I was excited to see the rabbit puppet for sure. And Alan, were there any challenges that came about with directing a show that really heavily featured puppeteering? Of course, on Sesame Street, there are a lot of puppets.
And so our Sesame Street puppeteers, of course, have trained their whole lives for this. And in this show, we have all of our actors are playing multiple characters, and their main persona is a human character, right? And so we cast with that talent in mind, and the puppeteering was secondary. And so, our first week of rehearsal, we were like, okay, we're doing puppets, so everyone strap in, and it's been a great journey. We've had some really great people who our puppeteers come in and mentor them, and it's gone from the first week of being very, very cautious to now they're coming up with their own ideas and ideas with manipulation, and it's been such a wonderful journey to see that, and I can't wait for people to see it because they're doing such a great job, and I'm so proud of them.
Isn't that such an amazing part of theater, how it can evolve and really change shape over the course of a rehearsal period and a show period?
Absolutely.
So exciting. Just one last question before we wrap it up. Why is the Rose Theater, the perfect place to debut the show? Why are you so excited to kick it off here in Omaha?
Sure. I am from Omaha, I would say, originally from Hong Kong, but I would say Omaha is where I kind of learned my craft. And the Rose, I've done 4 shows at the Rose, and I always loved that theater. And the idea of writing a children's play that feature local talent, and then the idea of not just, a play that is polished, but it's more about not on your phone anymore. You're creating puppets out of your everyday object. I want to encourage the children and that comes to see the show at the Rose to have an idea, like they can create their own stuff. They don't need to, glue to the phone. And I think Rose Theater has such a commitment to the Omaha and Nebraska community for the young people. So I think it's a great place.
And because Wyatt has done 4 shows there, they really love him and respect him. And so we have been getting so much, I think, extra support for this. The fact that we have these puppets and the budget for these puppets alone, I was like, wow, this is fantastic. And so, we're just so happy to be at the Rose because of that support.
Yes. Amazing. Again, it seems like a perfect fit. We are so excited to have you both here and for the show to be debuting here in Omaha. Thank you both so much for joining me today. And we're going to have all this information for you up on our website, firstalert6.com.
Those puppets are so cool. They are so legit. I am so impressed by them. I know Maria really enjoyed having Alan here. I spoke with her. She also said she just loves that this is being developed in Omaha and created here. She said it's the world premiere of it, so it's really, really special to have it here and a lot of young talent that's also involved in the play. But she said she's a big fan of Sesame Street growing up. I know I was too, but maybe not as big of a fan as she was. But she said she really looked up to Alan Maroka. She's actually part Asian, so she loved just having some Asian representation from him. And now it's awesome that it's being taken to the next level, that he has a play happening here in Omaha that he's involved with. So that is so special. As well as the playwright that you heard from, Y Yim, he is also from Omaha. So a lot of ties here in the Rose Theater is awesome as well, always having stuff for kids and families. And yeah, she said she loved watching him on TV, so it was so special to have him here. Alrighty, now it's time to move on to our Hot Topic segment. This is Maria and I's favorite, so anything goes in this segment. We're telling you about last weekend. We actually took a trip to Wichita, so we were away from Omaha for a little bit, went on a little trip. I know some of you love doing that as well. So we went and saw Dancing with the Stars live, as well as Sydney Babb, our reporter, was with us as well. We are big fans of Dancing with the Stars. A lot of us girls here at First Alert 6, we watched the show, so we had to go watch it live. We actually bought these tickets before we found out about the Omaha stop. So if you're going to that one, congrats, but we had to make a little trip to Wichita to watch it. We went to their Old Town, which you're seeing some of these photos as well. It reminded us of the Old Market here in Omaha, which we love, but nothing can beat the Old Market, but it came pretty close. As well as you saw some photos, we were at the Botanica Tulip Festival as well. So we got to go walk around there, check out all the pretty tulips, and get some fun photos as well. Always good for photo ops. And we also went to an Italian restaurant called Fiorito, which was recommended to us by Johan Marin. He used to work here as a reporter, and he now works in Wichita, but he told us, girls, you got to try out this restaurant. We did, and we loved it. So if you're ever in Wichita, you got to try that out. And their Tulip Festival was awesome as well, so we are really happy for that trip. And then next up, another stop on our trip, we went to Cava for the first time there in Topeka, Kansas, on our way here from Omaha. Maria actually took us there. We're going to get some photos here soon, in a minute, I think. So, okay. Awesome. Either way, that trip was a lot of fun. Okay, here we go now. We have Cava. So it was so fun. It's kind of like Mediterranean fast food-ish. It's similar to Chipotle. So you're going to choose your own adventure. You can choose whatever you want from the menu. Maria actually recommended it to us. She said, girls, you have to try Cava. We were huge fans. So that was a success on the way to Wichita. That was so good. Awesome. What did I have? So many greens and things like that as well. And they have some really nice house-made drinks as well. So I think I'll be making a stop back. We would love to have one here in Omaha, I think. So that was awesome as well. Nothing like a good road trip and a good food stop as well. Alrighty, well, next up, Charles Schwab Field in Omaha has been nominated for USA Today 10 Best Sports Readers' Choice Awards. This is for Best College Baseball Stadium. And it's Mecca's second 10 Best nomination in the recent months, with the Riverfront Discovery Playground there at Lewis and Clark Landing earning a repeat nomination for the best playground. So we are up for a lot of awards, but actually we got our results in for Lewis and Clark. We found out yesterday that they were just named 5th place. So we got that last year. We were named 5th place again, so I think we'll take it. That is awesome. And Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, of course, it's home to Creighton men's baseball. We love watching that there. We have the Big Ten baseball tournament as well as everybody's favorite, the NCAA Men's College World Series. So big hit there. And the winners are voted on by the public. So Omaha, you need to vote. So get your votes in for Charles Schwab. Voting is open now, and it ends on Monday, May 11th at 11:59 a.m. And the top 10 winners are going to be announced on Wednesday, May 20th, there at noon. So if you're really excited for the stadium, you can vote once every 24 hours. Well, next up is the Nelson Produce Farm Tulip Festival. So this is a really fun festival happening here in Omaha. I know I'm checking this out on Sunday, actually. So I am very excited with that. Go and do some of the girls with work, and we are all going to go there, get some fun photos, and just check out the place. It will be my first time. But it's just west of Omaha. It's the site that you won't see anywhere else in the state. This Tulip Festival is awesome. So it's the annual Tulip Festival. It's underway, and there are more than 8 acres of flowers there. And Pam Nelson, she actually owns the farm. She says the event was created by a chance when a farmer backed out of an order. An Ohio salesman asked if they were interested, and they thought it was meant to be. So here we have the awesome festival now at the farm. It's going to run through the 26th is the plan, as long as the tulips still keep looking good, so we hope the weather keeps up with it. It costs $25 per person, and I believe kids 3 and under get in for free as well. And you can check out their website to see the status of the blooms. Make sure that's going on before you head out to the festival. Alrighty, well, next up, more fun happening here in Omaha. The opening of the Central Library is happening on Sunday. But we actually got a little bit of a sneak peek last night with the Omaha Chamber Young Professionals. So Maria and I were there. We got to go see it. It's located at 72nd and Dodge. If you see it being built, it is finally ready to go. So they're ready to welcome the public. And inside the new building, you'll find some stunning art pieces. There's lots of different gathering spaces, as well as plenty of books, of course. It also features a children's area and a do space with all kinds of equipment to help you create different stuff. I know they have a 3D printer you can use, or a good amount of those actually. They have some podcast studios, so anybody can have their own podcast, start creating that. So the possibilities there are endless. And then they also have some sewing stations as well. So that is a really good learning opportunity. And the third floor that we checked out, it's dedicated to local history. So a lot of people, really important people here in Omaha, and events and things like that. But the staff says they wanted this new library to be a space for the community to gather. And doors open at noon on Sunday, so be ready for that. There'll be a ribbon cutting ceremony at 12:30. And then if you want to stick around, hang out with the kiddos, Mayor John Ewing will hold a special story time in the kids area. That's at 2 p.m. So it's bound to be a lot of different people there, really excited about this new space, bringing this to Omaha. That is so awesome. All righty. Well, now we'll head to our website at First Alert 6. We have all these events and a lot more there. So we highlight these. We have more for you as well. Awesome. Okay. And we have an older website here. Maybe we can get our things to do pulled up. Possibly. If not, I'm going to take you through some of the events that we have, more that we're going to highlight. The American Council of the Blind of Nebraska is hosting an event. It's honoring 50 years of their organization. That's happening tonight. So that's in downtown. And congrats to them, 50 years. That is very awesome. And Carnival for the Cure is happening Saturday. It's raising money to fight pediatric brain cancer. That's happening at the Admiral Theater. So we have that information online on our Things to Do, Activities, and Events web story for you. Other than that, more on the web story, we have Record Store Day. Awesome, we got it pulled up. Alrighty, well, if we scroll down, we have a lot of events. We have some free events, some more entertainment-centered events, as well as just other happenings that you're going to want to spend your money on. There's Record Store Day. This is really big for the Omaha Metro. I know a lot of these different record stores are going to have some releases that are coming out, and exclusive releases, vinyl, CD, and everything along those lines. Some more notable events. We have the Dundee Vintage Market. That sounds like a lot of fun. As well as the 2000s party at Steelhouse. So if you're a 2000s baby like me, you are so looking forward to that. And other than that, we have Party for the Planet at the Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo. So a lot of more fun, even more than what we talked about today. Awesome. I think that is all we have for you. Thank you very much for joining me. We're going to have Maria back next week, so her and I are going to be back to our usual banter, but thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you at 9 a.m. next Friday. Have a great weekend.